so long, but I can honestly say it's changing, and it's changing to the better, I think. Like, I just, even if I can go back to the beginning of my career with my work and fast forward to now, I just see so many changes, meaning progression. So, and even like in the neighborhood that I grew up, or the neighborhood that I worked in, like, it's just progressing, I see. So I just see Boston changing, and changing for the better. So this is obviously Center Street in Jamaica Plain, where I grew up. I can remember being here from the tender age of 6 years old. And this is where I actually lived. My aunt lived on the first floor, my mother lived on the second, and my grandmother lived on the third. And I spent so much time in every apartment while I lived here. I also spent a lot of time across the street for 8 years. I spent a lot of time behind the counter with my dad, because I was the only one out of all of his kids that actually worked with him. So I spent a lot of time behind the counter and learning to do what my father did, running the business with him, doing the inventory. So when I come back to this place, it's like, wow, reliving those years, those earlier years, even though everything looks so different and it's changed so much, but I can still recall just working out of that store and hanging out with my father and dealing with customers every day, which I actually enjoyed. So this here was the church that I grew up attending with my grandmother. My grandmother was very religious, and I could recall her asking me, would I go to church with her? She never made me come to church, but I would attend church with her. And so every Sunday we would walk down from where we lived down the street here and attend church for about an hour, hour and a half, walk back. And it's very vivid in my mind and memory, because there was something special that her and I did, just her and I. And then we would walk towards this way. There used to be a corner store with penny candy. So she would bring me in there after church to buy me some candy. I guess that was kind of maybe like my reward for going to church with her. So it means a lot to me. It's been shut down for over 20 years now, but I look at it and I still remember making the walk every Sunday with my grandmother. And not only because of the job that I do, I think that it's important because, especially these days with so many different things going on in the world, right? Like, you have to personally connect with the people that you encounter. And when I say that, I don't just mean like my neighbors, right? Like, when I go anywhere, even if I don't know someone, I try to have some sort of personal connection. Like, sometimes you can walk into a public place, and especially now, I think people don't really talk so much. They're so busy looking at their phones. I see that at restaurants. I see that at movie theaters. Everybody's got their phone and they're looking down at their phone. But I think it's always nice to have a personal connection, even if you don't know the person, even if it's just a stranger, and even if you're just simply saying good morning or good afternoon. I think it just makes a difference. Obviously, I don't go out there and meet everyone in my neighborhood, but I try to make those little personal connections when I am out and about. What does Jego mean to me? Jego to me, is a way of connecting. Connecting not only with the community that we serve, but also connecting with other officers. And I think that this is a great opportunity for it to be a part of the organization, because when I came on the job, there was nothing like it. There were very few officers that I knew of then that were similar in age to me at that time. I had a couple of mentors, but everyone that I knew was older than me, and were either not just older, but some of them were on their way out, like getting ready to retire. And when I think of Jego, I see how it's an opportunity to meet all of these different officers, younger and similar in age to myself, and it just brings us together, and we're connecting and getting to know more about one another through different events and working together.